So you want to build a lean, athletic body, the body that looks good in a suit and on the beach. Your face is sharp, your confidence exudes through you, your peers respect you, you respect yourself, the man that you see in the mirror. But there's just one small issue. You can potentially waste years doing things suboptimally, spinning your wheels, getting some results, that kind of average physique, but it's not the body that you want. So by the end of this video, you're going to be clear with the 5 key principles that will really help you build that dream physique without all the fluff. Principle 1, nutrition is everything. If you want to look better as soon as possible and start seeing results, muscle takes a while. Fat loss is pretty quick. And the way we facilitate fat loss is not through, like a lot of people think, copious amounts of cardio, restrictive diets. It's through a moderately controlled calorie deficit for long enough. You got to think minimum 12 weeks. I mean, if you're someone starting at 20%, 25% body fat, which actually a lot of people are, you're fatter than you think, you need to come up with a nutrition plan that allows you to sustain that. And I've tried every single diet there is, right? When I first started out, I was doing keto, I was doing the 5-2, fasting, low carb, vegan, carnivore, done it all, high carb, right? The bulking. The best nutrition plan needs to have 2 criterias. Number 1, you need to enjoy it. Like, I know it sounds obvious when you say it out loud, but so many people don't enjoy the way they eat, which is why they fall off. You need to find ways that you can incorporate your favorite meals or flavors into these healthy meals. And there's ways you can do that, but you owe it to yourself to focus on that rather than doing a ton of cardio, but then it's going to be futile because you undo it through your nutrition. And then the other aspect is, of course, it needs to be effective. If your nutrition isn't helping you lose weight consistently without having to even do a ton of output in terms of cardio steps, you've got it backwards, right? The foundation isn't there. The nutrition is the biggest driver. The cardio and steps in the context of fat loss is the icing on the cake. It's a complementary force, but the main driving force needs to be a calorie deficit controlled mainly through your nutrition, because nobody really struggles to train, even if it's not super effective. And we see them on the treadmill year round, and they don't even need to be doing that. If they just focused on the nutrition, they can forget about that for now and still make progress, even more progress, if they were just to focus on that one thing. Because I'll be honest, nutrition is very difficult to get right. It is. Like, there's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of things to trial. You think you've solved it. You think you've cracked it. And then you find out you run into another problem, right? Your nutrition isn't flexible for when you're traveling or when things are really busy and you just don't have time to make these meals. And so if you spend a disproportionate amount of time focusing on your nutrition, honestly, the rest will kind of fall into place. And when I speak about the rest, that means principle 2, keep your training simple. You don't need to do fancy exercises. In fact, the basic stuff, the compound movements, your pushing movements, your bench press, your pull-ups, your deadlifts, your squats, your workout should revolve around them, and then you should have some isolation movements around that, and no more than like 15 to 18 sets. Like, if you're training hard, which you should be, you don't need a ton of junk volume to elicit that response. But ultimately, if you are not getting stronger on a consistent, like, weekly basis, like, you should be pretty much PRing every session, and at least in your compound movements, if you're in a lean gain. And if you're not, there's work to be done there. Like, and it's not more work with fancy workouts or chopping and changing your plan. You've got to shock your body to swap out the exercises. It's about keeping it simple, something you enjoy, something you are effective in. Thirdly, really being safe. And if you're getting stronger and you're hitting those 3 criteria, the rest is minutia. Now, when I said simple, I didn't say easy, right? You still have to master your form. You still have to be able to get the most out of each set, which is a skill, and that takes time. But you're not going to develop those skills if you chop and change in your workout, if you're not consistent enough to, again, increase or improve your ability to execute those exercises. Principle number 3, walking is your best friend. I very rarely do direct cardio work. I mean, I'm on a fat loss phase right now. I'm pretty lean, and I've not done any direct cardio work once. I box. I've actually stopped boxing for the time being whilst I focus on other things. And what I've done to help facilitate fat loss is, number 1, principle 1, nutrition is everything. But on top of that, like, the lifestyle is I walk. I get my 10K steps. Now, I'm very busy. It is a lot of conscious effort for me to implement that, but I would rather take an hour and a half out of my day total, which, by the way, you do have that time. I don't care how busy you are. And so many people, when we work with clients, one of the first things we see is they're not getting enough steps because they think they're too busy, or they would rather just go and do some cardio. Where I would say, look, what's more sustainable and actually going to have a plethora of benefits? You're going to have more energy. You're going to get the benefits of being outside and a rest away from your desk if you're like me. you should be making it a priority to make walking your best friend. So your nutrition is on point, your training is kept simple but effective, and we're walking our way to a leaner body and helping maintain that leaner body. Number 4 is auditing your support network. I see nobody talking about this. You are a product of your environment, including your friends, your family, your colleagues. If they are not on board with your goals, if they poke fun of it, if they say they prefer you how you used to be, if they call you boring, it's going to be like having the accelerator pedal on whilst also pressing the brake. You're not really going to get that result that you want. You're always going to face friction. And you need to audit the people around you. And honestly, you need to be ruthless about this, because I know that their standards rub off on me. I know that a tree falls the way it leans. And if you start excusing yourself from, oh, you know what, I'm going to take it easy on these steps, or I'll skip training and actually, you know what, I'm going to have a few drinks because I deserve it, you're not going to get that exceptional result. You'll get average results like every average guy, but I'm assuming you don't want to look like the average guy. And number 5, you've got to know why the hell you're even doing this in the first place. The people that get exceptional results, like our clients, like Nicola here or Lars, they had a why. They realize that this is going to affect not just them. If they get the result, they're going to be a better partner, businessman, a better human being overall. I can show you this door that you've got to walk through, and I can lower the bar to make it easier for you to adhere to, but it's you who still has to walk through that door. You still have to tick that box. And if you don't have a driving force pushing you towards that, you are not going to succeed. It is not about abs. It is about what the abs give you. Have you thought about how this is going to help your kids, your future kids, how they're going to look up to you as Superman when you're around other parents and you know that you're a fit, healthy dad and your kids respect you and look up to you? My wife's still going to find me attractive and our sex life's still going to be great. Or, you know, I'm still going to have that confidence that exudes through me, and how much better my life is going to be, the opportunities, my business is going to improve. Now, all of these principles I've just shared with you are going to be useless if you don't know your self-limiting beliefs. And everybody has them, some more than others. You can reveal those self-limiting beliefs and bring them to surface so that you can change them by watching this video here.